we're back. I sanded the entire pond down and vacuumed it out, my little shop vac, and as well I just went over with a rag and dusted it all off, just with a normal clean rag and just a bit moistened in acetone, not too much, just as moist, and then you just go over and you wipe off the dust. I mean, when you vacuumed it, you think, oh, it's pretty clean, but soon you go over with your rag, you see all the dust that's on the surface. Look, I don't know how important it is, if it does it any good or bad, but I just go, I did it with the swimming pool that way, and I made a good experience with just giving a quick wipe off. Just be mindful and very careful not to spill acetone, because then you could damage your fiberglass resin if you leave it for too long on the surface. It's just a little wipe, you get the last bit of greases and any other contaminants that came in during the drying process, get them off. And while you're wiping it off, you feel last little bit of edges or sharp points sticking out, and you can rectify that. So yeah, I think it's a pretty good habit to do when you do fiberglassing, just to, after you did the sanding and you, of course, you think, oh yeah, it's all smooth and great, just to take a rag, a little bit, just moisten it in with acetone, just have it moist, don't soak it, just a little moisture, and wipe the surface off from the dust. And while you're doing that, you wipe over the surface, you feel any little sharp edges or other imperfections you don't like, and you can still take them out. Okay, so that's from me with this part, and I'm starting now with the top coat. Yeah, wish me luck that the weather holds. I don't have to put the tarps down right now, because we have a very cloudy day, and yeah, the conditions are in my favor to do it right now. Okay, see you in the next update. Bye for now. We're back. Another little update on our fiberglassing and the top coating. Yeah, as you can see, I've done my first coat of top coat, and it went pretty smooth on. I had a little hiccup, and I'm not sure what happened, but as I said in the clips before, I recommend to always make little batches. So I only made 4 liters of top coat, and I started with my filter chamber over there. So, and I didn't put the maximum catalyst in. I went around the 1% mark of catalyst per the 4 kilos, and I'm not even finished with the filter chamber here. I just at the end, when I could see it starting, the top coat to start turn. When I mean was turning, it starting to become gel-like, and it literally surprised me. It was a cool morning, yeah, a bit humidity, but I haven't had that for a long time. My first fiberglassing, well, the second one, I'm not sure, I had a similar incident, but that was because I completely mixed the catalyst up, and instead of putting 1% in, I put 2.5% in. For some reason, I had a total blackout up in the grey matter area. So this one, I can only explain that the humidity this morning was a bit higher, and that affected the top coat, but only in the filter chamber. When I did the filter chamber and then the trough I did for the plants over there, for the pond itself, I did a complete new mix, and I only reduced the catalyst a tiny little fraction, and I had no issues whatsoever. I don't know if it was just one of these moments when I started up that the humidity or something in the weather was not 100%, and it played around with the top coat. I'm not sure, but that's what happened. Okay, back to what I'm now doing. You can see I got my grinder there with a grinding disc on it, or sanding disc, and all the little high spots that come up and the little sharp spots, I'm at them and just started to grind down, sand them off, make it all smooth, because I want this a good finish. It will not be a perfect finish, as you can see. It's not super smooth, but I want that at least there's no sharp bits in the pond and no rough edges or so, and it works out really good. And I can see a difference between the tissue matting and the normal fiberglass. There is a huge difference in the coverage. The top coat is much smoother here on the tissue paper I put on than it's on the fiberglass. In a pond situation, I think I would recommend and would go again with tissue, even if it's a bit more delicate to put on. But the smoothness of the top coat, it's much better, and you can get away, I'm pretty sure, with one coat only, one coat, because I can't see any pinholes or divots. Well, I can see that over there in the filter chamber where there are a little bit the pinholes, and I'm doing there a second coat. I will give this a second coat too, but only a very light one, nothing dramatic, just basically more to coat all the sanded higher bits to cover them. But yeah, I only can say it is worthwhile putting this tissue matting on. I have to really check up what it's actually called. Tissue matting, tissue paper, I don't know. At the end of the video, I will show you the difference between the chop matting and this tissue. It is a huge difference. But yeah, however, it is worthwhile putting on. I got, what did I buy? I think 60 square meters of this tissue, and it was only $40. So it is, in the grand scheme of all this build and the fiberglassing, it's cheap. And I'm pretty sure even a professional pond builder, if you ask him to put it on, he will not charge an arm and a leg to do it, because he can do it on the run. So I did it, wet the chop matting, really nice wet, put the tissue on, and then do whatever he has to do. But it's not a big huge step for him. It's not costing him, I would say, not even an hour more of his time to put it on. At least in the pond I would do it. Filter, forget all the filter. That is a filter. If you see the fiber strands there, it does not matter. But here in the pond, I think it's a nice finish having that paper on, or that tissue. Okay, that's for me waffling on enough. I will come back when I completely finish with this top coating and show you the difference between the chop matting and the tissue. Okay, see you in a bit. Well, we're back and all the top coating is done. 2 coats are on. I'm very happy with the result. So the filter chamber, the trough, and the pond, all got 2 coats on, and yeah, It's pretty smooth. I don't know if you can get this flow coat, top coat, ultra smooth. Probably need to then spray it on, or I don't know, but it doesn't show the fibers with the tissue paper on. It doesn't show you the fibers of the fiberglass. It just has this, don't know if you can see it there, this, yeah, like a wavy form or something, you know, like, but it is super smooth. I mean, this is amazing. I love it. It's probably, from all my ponds, I think this is probably one of my best achievements. And yeah, it's now the big thing will be, is it sealed? Is it really waterproof? My big thing is always those connections that go through the walls. All that scares the hell out of me when I put this through. Are they sealed? I mean, with the swimming pool, it worked. First up, no, there was no leak, and there's still no leak. But in this year, again, it scares me a bit when I put the water in. Next week I will give it a go on that bottom drain, fill it in with water and see if it holds water. If that there holds water, then I have no issue with it. Okay, this is from me with the top coating and the fiberglassing. I hope you enjoyed this video. I did not on purpose film the mixing or the fiberglassing as such, because I'm only a DIY guy and I don't want to do anything wrong on camera or show you something wrong that you would copy, and then I'm the bad wolf. Say, oh, you said, Jens said on Mustang Koi you can't do it. So yeah, you can do it. You can do fiberglassing, but do your research first and be prepared. Have everything in place. Cut your matting. Have the right mix. Have resin, top coat, hardener, everything in plenty supply, and get your supplier to calculate it for you. Don't just listen on who said something on the internet. Oh yeah, for 1 square meter of matting you need only 100 gram of resin. Get an expert from a supplier to calculate it for you, because a lot of people say a lot of things. They're right in their certain context, how they explain it, but might not be right for what you're doing. So, like an example from my pond here, when I ordered the fiberglass matting, in all my filters, the swimming pool, I always used 450 gram of chopped matting. I ordered it this time, and the supplier came back and said, "Oh, we're out of 450 gram. I can give you 600 gram for the same price." I said, "Yeah, that's fine, no problem." And then she said, "Oh, but just remember, you need much more resin for that." I said, "How much do I need?" So, because I ordered, I ordered 60 square meter of chopped matting, just to be on the safe side. I mean, I had it left over here on 450 gram, and I wanted to use that, but I thought, oh well, there's always some project coming up with fiberglass. It doesn't matter if I have a few square meters left over, So I just make it one solid roll of 60 meters or 60 square meters of fiberglass matting. So then she said, oh, for 60 square meters, you need 60 kilos of resin, a minimum. That's what she straight away said. So I went in the shed, because I ordered only 20 kilos from her, And now hang on, I'll just turn you around. So yeah, and then she said you need 60 kilos of resin to do it for that 600 gram of chopped matting. And I thought, ooh, I'm not sure if I have that much, because I knew that from the pool build I had probably I would say, I think it was almost two cans, or almost 40 kilos left over. So I went in, while I was talking with the supplier, I went into the shed and just checked and said, yep, I got just under 40 kilos here. And she said, oh yeah, the 20 kilo you ordered, you might get along if you calculate a bit on the safe side. I said, yeah, I always do that. Always calculate a little bit more and square meters than what I actually need. She said, well, then you're safe. Still, when I picked the order up, I said, well, can I have 4 kilos of resin just in case? So I got another 4 kilos with me. But at the end, I still have those 4 kilos left over there. And I used 60 kilos of resin. Even I did the filter chamber and the trough. No, only the filter chamber. The filter chamber, I did was 2 layers of 600 gram of chopped matting, because of the walls of it thinner. I said, oh yep, 600. And I had still a lot of 450 gram from this pool build already cut in to size for the pool as contingency. So I used in the pool, in the pond and the planting trough, the second layer is 450 gram. And then I'm always very, very generous when I use the resin these days, but the first time when I used did fiberglassing, I wasn't that generous, and it was, yeah, it was a bit of a, not so nice job. It held it up, but it wasn't a brilliant job, and I learned from that over the next little jobs that just be generous with the resin when you coat your chopped matting. And yeah, that's what I do now. I just give it a good whack of fiberglass resin, soak it dearly, and that does the job. Makes a really good waterproof membrane before even the top coat hits it. Plus I use vinyl ester, a bit more expensive, more dearer resin than the general purpose polyester resin, but it has the benefit that it naturally already has a waterproof function in there. Okay, that's basically what I wanted to say. So basically, there are 2 layers of matting on the filters and in the pond and the filter trough, plus in the trough and the pool, the pool, not the pool. I wish I had done it in the pool, but now in the pond, the tissue paper. And I just wanted to show you the difference. I hope I don't have to flick you around again. So when you look at it, this here, when you look close, that is the chopped matting, and this is, I'm pretty sure this is 600 gram. It's pretty thick matting, and when I was using it, it was a bit harder to use, in my opinion, harder to use than the 450 gram, because it's heavier. If you have a sheet of 1.5 meter length and 1 meter width, you're trying to work with it, it's not as easy to bend and manipulate as a 450 gram. Well, it probably makes sense because it's much more strands and they're much thicker, and for that you get more strength. Will make sense. So I'm happy. Probably if I do another build, I probably would do again 600, just to get that benefit of thicker walls, fiberglass walls, and more strength. But you have to be prepared to spend a bit more on resin, what's quite dear, plus take your time and know what you're doing when you go around corners or you go around fittings, it is a bit harder to do it with this thicker one. So this is the chop matting, and then this is the tissue mat. As you can see, it is very, very thin. It's almost like coffee filter, and it's not hard to, when I said it before, it's sort of a pain or hard to work with. Not hard. You just need make sure that you don't have wind or breezes coming through. As you can see, this moves in the wind very easy. We had in the last couple of days, when I was doing it in the morning, very, very calm days, but just a slight breeze going through the pond and boom, it was gone. And at some stage it got really annoyed. I mean, Australia's already quite a windy place, so you get a beautiful day and you think, oh yeah, I can enjoy this, and then suddenly it just turns after lunchtime just windy. It's just, you have 38 degree and you think, oh yeah, enjoy, and then suddenly it just turns out to be one big storm coming through. So yeah, we'll have quite a windy continent here. Well, I got told WA is actually one of the more quieter states compared to South Australia, where it's windy all the time, apparently. But yeah, that's just what I just wanted to just quick pick on. I'm happy with what I've achieved on my pool. Don't know why I get to say that all the time, pool. Probably because my wife teases me that nice koi pond I built there, I'm building, should be a spa. Anyway, I'm very happy with the outcome of the fiberglass and the top coating of this koi ground pond. I think it's one of the best so far I've done, and I just now hope it's all, first, watertight, and second, all my ideas I put in there with the filter and the planting trough and the one directional return and the sump in the one corner on the bottom will all work out to my expectations. Good, that's from me here. I hope you enjoyed this video. I think it got a bit longer than I anticipated. I apologize that I didn't film myself painting, doing the top coat or the fiberglassing. If you want to see a bit of the fiberglassing, I didn't just go back on my swimming pool build there. I might put a link in there you can see it. But as I said, I'm not a professional, so I don't want to give anyone false hopes or give any wrong advice. The only thing is, what I'm saying is just general tips and tricks to make that life or that DIY project more easier. Most important, I can say, just do your research. Watch a lot of YouTube videos where professionals are doing the fiberglassing, not only DIY guys. Where you can watch me, you can watch Lee Hatfield, the koi soldier. He's done a really good video on his fiberglassing, but even he hasn't done much filming while he was doing it. But yeah, there's Matt, I think it's GRP or GPR Lining Services. I'll check out the spelling and put it in. He is an expert in fiberglassing, and he has a lot of videos where he shows you how he does it and the tips and tricks he can, he lets out. Watch him, and there are plenty of other guys that do it professionally who knows what they're doing. Watch them, and then give it a go. Yeah, just do a little project, maybe a tiny little mini pond or a little water feature. Just a few bricks together, line it with fiberglass, see how it reacts. It doesn't have to be big, maybe only 100 liter, 200 liter with a waterfall in there for maybe goldfish. Costs you a couple $100 or pounds, whatever your currency is, and see how you like it and how it works for you. I think that's the best tip I can give. Do a little tiny project as a trial, or a couple of them, and then that will help the most if you on one day tackle a bigger project like a proper pond or something else with a fiberglass. Okay, that's from me for now. Again, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did and you liked it, please hit the thumb up, and yeah, subscribe if you have not subscribed. And thanks for watching, and thanks to all my subscribers out there. They keep following me. And then till the next time, bye for now.